All right. All right. So, what's going on, everybody? A little bit of a change of setup, but I wanted to talk specifically about something that I'm hearing a lot. A lot of people are asking me, what should I do with my sitting, my standing, my desk setup, my chair setup, my car setup? So, we're going to talk today about an amazing word, an amazing concept that I would like to credit chiropractors with. We definitely got everybody started thinking about their posture, especially with the phones and the iPads and the tablet, the postural distortions. We know what it does to the spine. We know what it does to the spinal cord. But now, how can we position ourselves better to deal with stresses in our lives, work, school, students, faculty, everything under the sun? We're always sitting, moving, transporting ourselves. So let's talk today about ergonomics. The root of the word here, like you can see, ergo in Greek or Latin means to work, and nomos is the natural law. So what is the natural law of working? What is the natural state that our body needs to be in to efficiently work and to efficiently take care of all the tasks that we do at work, at home, at school, driving, etc. So we're going to talk today about how our body works and how it works efficiently at the natural law, something called ergonomics. So let's get into it. So everybody knows what this is, right? You've seen this picture before. Gravity is always acting on us at all times, every day, throughout the day, a million times, every single day, every single second. So what is gravity? Everybody knows gravity to be, like you see here, the apple falling down from the tree. If the apple is loose or something, or if it's far from the tree, it's going to fall. It's going to collapse, right? It's going to come off of its support system. I like to kind of think of the apple like our head, right? When our head kind of comes off of our body, it's going to fall over. This is what we end up in. We end up in a postural distortion. So this is something that's very important to realize and remember, that our body is always dealing with gravity. If our body can't even deal with gravity, how is it going to deal with studying or working or driving or taking a phone call or whatever it is? So gravity is like the first thing that our body has to deal with right when we get out of bed every single day. It's gravity. So if we're not structurally built and structurally ready to deal with gravity, then we've got a big issue, because if we can't deal with gravity, then how are we going to deal with everything else in the world? So this is gravity. Quick little illustration here. The apple, I think it's classic. So this looks like most of us, okay? This looks like most of us, how we're sitting kind of, we got the coffee, we got the coffee, but this looks like most of us. Um, we have the tireless hours, the sleepless nights. I'm guilty too. I mean, I'm a student. I'm still a student. And the amount of hours that I spent studying for boards, memorizing things, I can only imagine all of the desk workers, the office workers, the drivers, the commuters, right? We all sit at a desk. We all talked about gravity before. Gravity's acting on this gentleman right here, right there, and his head is off, falling off the tree, just like the apple, right? His head is here, gravity's here, and it's coming down on him straight through. And he, unfortunately, he's looking like all of us, right? And this is an AI generated image. So how does AI know what we look like? Um, because AI can see us. AI can see us. But yeah, we're all in this position, unfortunately, too many times and too often. Gravity, posture, how we look. Now we see how we look. Now let's see what we can do to reinforce and fix that and keep our spine upright, keep our posture upright, keep our head supported so it's not falling off the tree and into a postural distortion. Make sense? So first and foremost, you can see me here. I'm at a stand-up desk. All right. I like to do my work at a stand-up desk. It keeps me moving. It keeps me stretched. Um, it keeps me active, right? I think better when my legs, my feet, my everything is connected when I'm moving. This is a stand-up desk. I would even say, if standing for a long time is gonna be an issue, I would even say getting a higher desk or getting one of those desks that go up and down, because at least when you're sitting on the desk, like we saw with the guy before, you're not crunched over trying to type down here. At least when you have a higher desk or a desk that's adjustable, you at least have the option to raise the desk up. Now you can do your work over here, or you're standing and you're doing your work here. Keep in mind, when you're standing, your legs are helping you support your body weight. When you're sitting, all of your body weight is concentrated into a small area right in the bottom of your low back, because that's the only thing that's standing and being affected on by gravity, right? But when you're standing upright, on your legs, on your feet, your ankles, your knees, your hips, and your pelvis help you support the weight of your body rather than just your low back when you're sitting for a long time. So consider a stand-up desk or an adjustable desk. I have this one. This is where I do some of my work. This is where I look at, my x-rays and study for some of my stuff, get ready for my patients, get ready for the day as a student. But I would recommend getting one of those desks, so at least when you're sitting, you can be here instead of here. And then the standing desk, you can even be elevated even more. So more power to you. So, okay, all about the chair now, right? Everybody knows the chair is like a big industry, whatever, but actually there's some science behind the chair. Everything that we're talking about with posture here has to do with the curves in our low back and our neck, which are identical. The curve in our neck and our low back were called a lordosis. A lordosis. So it curves backwards in an opposite C shape. Okay, so our neck curve is like this. So this pillow here supports that curve in our neck. It doesn't allow our neck to drift forward and fall off the tree like we talked about before. And additionally, this curve here in the low back, like we said, the neck and the low back have the same curve, the same lordosis. These two curves must be supported. All right, we got to support these curves, because once the curve starts to straighten out, then it puts a lot of stress on the spinal cord and the nerves that go down into our legs and give strength and energy to the rest of our body. So it's really important to keep in mind, we need to reinforce the curve in the neck, reinforce the curve in the back to make sure we're sitting upright, just like this. Make sense? Cool. So that's the chair. Let's continue. So for the car is a big one. Now there's a bunch of new technology for the car. This is an ergonomic pillow made especially for the vehicle, right? It supports the low back. Of course, we also need some cervical support as well. But what I'm seeing in these pillows now is something amazing. They actually have a inflatable inside, an inflatable piece that you can inflate up and it pushes on you, and then you can deflate it, and you can keep your spine moving with an inflatable pillow as you're driving. So you're keeping your spine moving, you're not stiff, you're not stacked. Sitting, like we said earlier, sitting all in its own is very difficult because you're not using the rest of your body to help support the weight. When you're sitting on your butt, when you're sitting on your pelvis, all of your weight is falling onto your low back. Think about, you don't have your legs to help you carry the weight, as in like when you're standing. So an inflatable pillow that they sell now, which is, I haven't tried it yet, but I would like to see how it works. You can inflate it, it can move, you can adjust it, you can keep inflating it and deflating it, inflating it and deflating to see exactly what position is right for you, and keep your spine moving, especially for those long commute rides. So the car and the pillow is very important. Like we said, when we straighten out the back, we get that back pain when we're driving, that sharp pain. Why? Because we don't have our legs there to help us support our weight. All of our weight is collapsed forward, and even worse, we might be driving like this. So now that stress is falling into the low back even more. The further our head falls forward, the more stress goes down to the low back. If you can see that visual. All right, now super important. Think about how long we spend sleeping. We spend a long time sleeping. All right, we're supposed to be sleeping 8 hours. I know we need to probably get good on that, but we need to spend our time sleeping, recovering. We need to emphasize that our sleeping time needs to be our recovery time. What does this mean? If we start here and we see that our hip is higher than our spine, or our leg is higher, or our head is higher, we could be sleeping like this. And the whole night, whatever hours, whether it's 8, whether it's 5, whether it's 6, you're sleeping like this if you're a side sleeper. That's not very advantageous for your spinal cord, sending all that strength and energy down into your body. That's why sometimes you wake up sore, with numbness and tingling, with a headache, because you're literally cutting off nerve flow when you sleep like this. Okay, That's when your head is elevated. Now think about if your bed is too soft, all right? If your bed is too soft, you're sinking into the bed, and now your head is up over like this. Sinking into the bed, now your head is over like this. That's an issue as well, because it's the same thing that's going on here, but reversed. Okay, so sleeping posture is a big deal. We spend a lot of time sleeping. We would rather make sleeping a recovery time, give our body a break from gravity. Instead, what we're doing most of the time is we're twisting and bending and shifting our spine and taking all that pressure and that hard work that we did all day dealing with gravity, and we're giving our body more to do while we're sleeping when we're supposed to be recovering. So that's something to think about here. Too soft. Here, the pillow is too high. And here you think about a nice even way. So how do we get here? Right? How do we get here? So the next slide will show some things here. First and foremost, the pillow itself is very important. Obviously, the mattress is a big deal too. You would rather have a little bit of a firmer mattress than too much of a soft mattress. But the pillow here makes a big deal. This is for back sleeper. When you sleep on your back and you let your head fall back into the pillow, that's what this hole is for. That's how we recommend sleeping, but of course you must build yourself up to that. It can be uncomfortable in the beginning because of all of the things that are going on and all the pain and all the numbness and all the tingling and all the degeneration that's happening. This neck pillow might be uncomfortable to start off, but what we do also have, this is for a side sleeper, so you can think that your neck is going to be here and your shoulder is going to be over here, and you're going to be, this pillow is going to fill the gap in between your neck and your shoulder, this entire gap here. This pillow is going to be able to fill that gap. And then additionally, you want to put a pillow in between your legs. So if you're a side sleeper, put a pillow in between your legs to level out your pelvis. Because if one leg is lower, it's going to tug on the pelvis, it's going to tug on those nerves, it's going to suffocate those nerves from sending the right nerve flow and energy into your body. That could be also why you're waking up with some of that fatigue, some of that leg pain, some of that sciatic pain. So think about putting a pillow in between your legs. This is for a side sleeper to fill the gap in between the neck and the shoulder. And this is what we recommend really. The proper position of sleeping is to sleep on your back with your neck neutral. You don't want the pillow to be too high. If you have a pillow that's too high, your neck is going to be forward, falling off your body like we talked about before. But if you have a pillow that fits correctly, you should be sleeping like this, neutral. Okay, thank you guys for bearing with me here. This is some good information to have. It's really important. It's really been asked a lot, and I'll open up the floor as well and have you guys ask some questions too. But ergonomics is a big industry. You might get lost in trying to find out what is the best thing to buy, what isn't the best thing to buy. Just think about what we talked about here, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I will open up the floor. I will be posting this, and I hope you're enjoying the new setup. This is something that I'm working on, so thank you guys, and hope to hear back next time with feedback. Great.